How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and everything relating to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And today we have some Spider-Man 3 news. Recently, Tom Holland has been doing a lot of interviews for his upcoming movie Cherry. But of course, as he's being interviewed, everybody has to ask him what's going on with Spider-Man 3 because there are so many reports and rumors attached to it. It's going to be an absolutely insanely big movie. Even Tom Holland himself said that Spider-Man 3 is going to be doing something that no other superhero movie has ever done before. And of course, we're all thinking multiverse with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, which we do have more news about today, a report of what is happening with Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man 3. Tom Holland has also said a few comments in his Esquire interview about Spider-Man 3 as well, and we'll be sure to break that all down. If you love Marvel and would like to stay up to date on everything happening, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. As I mentioned, Tom Holland was recently interviewed by Esquire, and he's on the cover right now. And what's very interesting about this is he actually says some contradicting things to what he said in one of his recent interviews. And it's actually kind of revealing. As the interview starts, he goes on to talk about Cherry and some other projects that he's doing, and then he gets into Spider-Man 3, of course. And it appears that Spider-Man 3 is going to be just packed with action, and he said, "This entire week of shooting, I haven't done a single shot right way up. I've been upside down all week." So right away it looks like it might have a little bit more web slinging, which is what some fans were kind of complaining about. We didn't get to really see much of that in Spider-Man Homecoming or Far From Home. But more importantly, he goes on to say, "I honestly have no idea what this film is about, and I'm 8 weeks into shooting it." He says that he's only slightly kidding. Now, he says that this is mostly due to Sony and Marvel believing that he is going to spoil what is actually going to happen, which I wholeheartedly believe. However, last week, he also said that it was the most ambitious standalone superhero film ever to be made. That's a pretty bold statement to make if you don't know what the movie is really about. He specifically said, "I have no idea what this film is about." So at this point, it really does seem like Tom Holland and Sony and Marvel are really just trying to throw us off on what the movie could be about. If he didn't know what the movie was about, he clearly couldn't know that it's the most ambitious standalone film ever, as far as the superhero world was concerned. So for those of you who were worried that he said standalone film, I think that's just Tom Holland trying to throw people off the multiverse trail, and just him trying to get people hyped for the movie, because the same week he said that the movie was absolutely insane, but he also said that for Spider-Man Far From Home. Tom has been known to spoil a few things here and there, so I'm guessing they haven't really told him much yet. However, they did go on to ask him about the SpiderVerse and talked about all of the rumors and reports about casting decisions and the other Spider-Man from other universes showing up. And even the person doing the interview seemed to catch on that Tom Holland had different answers for certain things. Tom Holland went from knowing nothing about the film to having an absolute answer about the Spider-Verse. The interviewer said, "When I asked Holland about this possibility," referring to the Spider-Verse, "he is suddenly positive he knows what he's talking about." So again, even the interviewer said he went from knowing nothing to all of a sudden he's positive he knows everything. But Tom Holland did go on to say, No, they will not be appearing in the film unless they have hidden the most massive piece of information from me, which I think is too big of a secret for them to keep from me. But as of yet, no. It'll be a continuation of the Spider-Man movies that we've been making. Now, this could actually be true, or he may not know about them yet. However, we've had multiple reports from very credible media outlets stating that Alfred Molina's Doc Ock is coming back and Jamie Foxx's Electro is coming back, which doesn't really make sense unless the multiverse is involved in some way, shape, or form, which we know it will be because Kevin Feige said WandaVision leads into Spider-Man 3, and it looks like the multiverse is being torn apart in WandaVision since the last episode. So although this could be true, I think Tom is under specific instructions that if anybody asks him anything about Spider-Man 3, he is to deny the fact that it is a multiverse film. Now, of course, everybody could be wrong, and it could indeed just be a regular Spider-Man film. But again, there have been so many reports from credible people stating that it is a Spider-Verse film, I'd be surprised if it wasn't. In fact, even today we have a report from Daniel Richman stating that although Tobey Maguire was having some issues with the contract for Spider-Man 3 before, he is now officially signed up for the film, and he's going to have multiple costumes according to Daniel RBK. Again, it just seems like there have been too many reports from very credible sources to say that the multiverse isn't going to happen. And besides, what is Tom Holland actually going to say when asked about this? He's not going to be like, oh yeah, Tobey and Andrew are great, I can't wait for everybody to see all three Spider-Man on screen together in this huge multiverse film. There's just no way that can happen. He can't really say anything about it because Sony and Marvel want him to keep his mouth shut. So I'm not really buying this, especially because last week he was talking about the movie and how great and huge it's going to be, and then this week he said that he doesn't know anything about it. It just seems like he's trying to hype the movie up without giving anything away about it. But let me know what you think about this. Do you think that Tom Holland is telling the truth, and do you think that if he isn't, and it is a multiverse film, he'll spoil it soon? It seems like Marvel's being super strict about this one, but we'll see about that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all news relating to Spider-Man 3. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.